Hello everyone, it's great to have you all on board. It's another time with Tutor Ayo, the enthusiastic tutor. And in today's tutorial, in today's class, we're going to be taking the course, a continuation actually on the course PCR211. And we have been talking about the genesis of education. And today we're going to be taking our bearing from the development of education. With me today, I have Mrs. Deborah. Mrs. Deborah, it's great to have you on board. How have you been, ma'am?
I've been good, thank you. Good evening, Mr.
How your
Ayo.
class is going? Good evening, you're highly welcome.
Thank you.
I believe you have your writing material there and you have your notes as well.
Yes, I do.
Do you have anything on the development of education?
Currently, no, I don't.
Okay, now when we talk about the development of education, we are simply talking about how education evolved over time. All right, how education evolved over time. You know, we said it in our last class that education basically divided into two. All right, whereby we have the informal and we have the formal.
Formal
All right,
education.
and yes, and the informal. And we also agreed that the informal basically is the genesis of education, because before formal education started, there has been the informal education. And this informal education is basically known as those education a child begins to receive after birth. Immediately after birth, a child begins to receive a series of education. All right.
Yeah.
Considering the fact that education from the parent, from the mother, from the father, from the siblings, the relative, the child grow up, gets educated through the society. There are elders in the society telling them stories, all right, folk tales and the likes. Education is a school you never graduate from, all right. And over time, as things begin to evolve, human beings begin to evolve as well, then the need to write down certain things so that generations to come can also see, all right, read and understand this culture or whatsoever thing that has been written down, passed across to generations unborn. All right. So now all these processes is still talking about the development of education. So now we want to niche it down a little bit, starting from what we have here. Now it says here, historians took an ancient Greece as the birthplace of Western formal education. All right. So speaking of the development of education now, we want to be particular about the Western formal education. All right. And it is believed by historians that this Western formal education happens to, all right, emanate from ancient Greece. So now it says historians look to ancient Greece, that's Greece, as the birthplace of Western formal education. Are we good?
I'm sorry, a little minute.
Okay.
Ancient Greece as the
birthplace. Birth. That's birth, then place. Birthplace. The birthplace of Western formal education.
Okay.
Wonderful. Now, ancient Greece, this ancient Greece now that historians look at as the ancient birthplace, right, of Western formal education. This same Greece, this ancient Greece, was divided into small and often competing cities, all right, or what we refer to as city-states. Now, these cities are, the likes of these cities are Athens, Spartans, and Thebes. Okay? So these city-states have certain education being taught to their citizens. Exquisite, sophisticated kind of education. Greece as a whole, we are being told now that Greece as a whole, that historians looks, all right, to be a place, all right, to be a birthplace of Western formal education. This ancient Greece is subdivided, all right, into what we call competing city-states. Now, let's underline the word competing. Okay? These city-states have their kind of sophisticated. I think I need to connect my charger to my phone. Just a moment, please. Now, these competing city-states have their own way of life. They have their own kind of education. And when we say competing, at least I know of Spartans to a level. Spartan is a city of great warriors. At least we've seen movies, and we've seen some brands use their kind of way of life to promote their product. I also know of Athens, but I think I know of more of Spartans than Athens. Athens is also a very great city, and it produces a lot of philosophers. All right, but when it comes to the producing of warriors and men who are strong and qualified for certain physical and mental things, then you talk of Spartans. Greece as well is not bad at doing that, and that's why we are being told that these city-states are competing. All right, they are competing like, okay, this is the best, even though it's inside the same Greece. It's just like saying Lagos is competing with Abuja, Abuja is competing with Port Harcourt is competing with, when it comes to education. Now, Athens emphasized now let's see some certain things about these city-states, starting with Athens. All right. So now Athens emphasized a humane and democratic society. All right. When it comes to education, Athens is of the opinion that education should be democratic and humane. All right. Athens emphasized a humane and democratic society and education as well. So the society Athens now is not more like Athens is not like a total or a totalitarian state of democracy. All right, it's more of, if you know what you are saying and you've gotten that your respect, you'll be given the opportunity to say something. You'll be given the opportunity when it comes to making of decisions that will affect everybody. You'll also be given a listening here. This was what Athens was like. It was not like a particular group of elites or a particular group of strong men that decide things for people. No. All right. It's a city that recognizes that everybody should be given equal opportunity. All right. Now I said, but only 1/3 of the people in Athens were free citizens, and only the sons of free citizens attend schools. All right. Now, even irrespective of the fact that the standard in Athens was humane and democratic, all right, but out of the population of Athens is just 1/3, 1 out of 3, all right, of people in Athens that their children can actually go to school. That means school wasn't affordable. Okay, school wasn't affordable. The Athenians believed a free man should have. Are we on the same page?
Yeah.
The Athenians. Now, who are the Athenians?
The Athenians are those from the city of Athens in Greece.
Awesome. Now, the Athenians. Yes, wonderful. The Athenians believed a free man should have a liberal education. All right. a free man. Now look at what it says here. It says 1/3 of the people in Athens were free citizens, and only the sons of free citizens attend school. That means not everybody in Athens are free. That not free and being free in quote speaks a lot. All right, you being in Athens and you are not still free, it speaks a lot. Probably you are an immigrant or you are a slave. All right, whatever situation it is, we are being told now that in Athens only 1/3 of the population were free men. The other ones were not free. And when we say you are not free, probably you are betrothed, or you are enslaved, or you are tied to a particular family or particular trade or a particular service. And it's that family or that trade or that service that determines your whereabouts. Are we together? So out of the third, let's say out of 3 million people in Athens, only 1/3 of 3 million should be 1 million, right? Only 1 million people goes to school.
A little more. A little less, sorry. Yeah.
A little less, okay, a little less maybe. But I'm just trying to give you an example of what it means by a certain population. That means the population of people that were educated was very poor.
Yes.
The percentage of people that were educated were very few. All right. So irrespective of the fact that the Athenians believe that a free man should have a liberal education in order to perform his civic duties and for his own personal development. So people that are not free now are not given the opportunity to perform their civil duty because they are not free and they cannot get an education. Now in Athens, also note that women had no legal or economic right, and for that reason, most did not attend school. Did you get that?
Yes.
In Athens, women had no legal or economic rights. They have no legal and economic rights. And for that reason, most did not attend school. Are we good?
Yeah.
Good. So now, just very few of them attended school. All right. While some girls were, however, educated at home by tutors. All right. So even though some of them were women were unable to go to school, all right, some parents will organize certain tutor, all right, to come and take their children at home. All right. And unfortunately for slaves and people that were not citizens, they either had no formal education or they had very little. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, is that for Athens? All right, well, that's that for Athenians. So now let's talk about Sparta. Okay, just a moment. Now, in the case of Sparta, it was different. Okay, it was different in the case of Sparta. Now, what made it different? Unlike Athens, all right, Sparta used education for military training and drill. That's what they use education for. Military training and drill. So unlike Athens, Spartan girls, okay, received more schooling, but this was almost exclusively focused on training, okay, in athletics, in order to prepare them for, all right, to be healthy mothers for future Spartan soldiers. Should I take that again?
Yes, please. Focused for
Unlike,
training.
yes, focused on training in athletics. That's
Yeah, I've written it.
ATHLETI. Awesome. Athletics, in order to prepare them to be healthy mothers of future Spartan soldiers.
In order to prepare them to be what?
Healthy
Okay.
healthy mothers of future Spartan soldiers.
Okay.
Good, good. Okay. So now let's continue. Just a moment. Now, now let's talk about some group of teachers. Okay, I believe you should have come across this: the sophists, the Socrates, and the likes. Have you come across that
No.
in the videos you watched?
No, I didn't.
Wow, interesting. Okay, very quickly, still on this education issue. Okay, now we have the sophists. Now, the sophists were interested in preparing their students
Please, can
to
you spell this?
argue.
The surface.
That's with the SO
Okay. SO
PHI PHI
PHI
STS.
STS.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Now, the sophists were interested in preparing their students to argue persuasively and win arguments rather than in teaching principle of truth and morality. That's what the sophists were majorly out for. Teach their students in winning arguments through persuasion. Okay.
Okay.
So can we continue? Or should I take that again?
No, we can continue.
Now, then we have the Socrates. The Socrates, their own is that, all right, it says that Socrates, the Greek philosophers, so much fresh air coming from outside. Sorry, let me open this.
Okay.
Just hot inside. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Also, so now for the Socrates, their own is they sought to discover and teach universal principle of truth. Are we on the same page?
I'm coming. Discover
Okay.
and
Okay.
teach the universal principle of truth. Okay.
Now it says here that the Socrates their own argument is a little bit different. And this is their argument. The Socrates, which are the Greek philosophers, they sought to discover and teach universal principles. All right, universal principles of truth, beauty, and goodness. Are we on the same page?
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's continue. It says here, it says that the Socrates claimed that true knowledge existed within everyone and needed to be brought to consciousness. So now, according to them, the argument is everybody is born brilliant, everybody is born smart and intelligent. But unfortunately, the majority, all right, has not brought this knowledge to consciousness. So what the Socrates are now out there to do is to help you discover this, your lying lion or your sleeping lion, all right, to help you discover that great knowledge imbibed, that great knowledge buried within your subconsciousness, to help you tap into that subconsciousness and bring it out into the limelight. Subconsciousness. That is what the Socrates are out for. All right, and they achieve this by teaching universal principles of truth, beauty, and goodness. Are we together?
Yes.
The Socrates educational method is called the Socratic method. Take note of that, please. The Socrates educational method is called the Socratic method. And what is this? What is this Socratic method? Socratic method of teaching. Any teaching that keeps asking you question, probing question, that focus a student to think deeply. When your tutor is asking you questions, okay, we are discussing about business this afternoon in bus 205, and that woman is in the department of business admin. I asked her, one man business, who is that individual? She said an entrepreneur. I said, fine. You call him an entrepreneur because he's the one running his own business. Then I asked, when you are running your business, a lot of things goes on. Can you tell me one or two of them? Yes. Things like you need to get your resources. And we say resources are those things you can convert into valuables.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Resources are, okay, what kind of business are you doing? Say she sells red oil. So now, your resources are red oil. So those resources, you need to look for a legit supplier. You might not have access directly to the farm where they produce these things. All right? But from a good supplier that has access to the farm, sell quality and good oil to you at a good and affordable rate. Because you need to also include other costs, overhead costs, direct costs, indirect costs, variable costs. You also need to include it in your price. Now, this interaction between the two of us is called the Socratic method of teaching. Because you see me throwing questions at students because I want them to think, express themselves, all right? Give it back to me. When I give it to you, you take it, you process it, and you give it back to me. And that is how you get to learn better and it will stay. So it's not just a thing of somebody just come and the person just talk, and you just listen, and that's all. So this is what the Socratic teaching method is all about. All right. So now let's take a step further. I think we are out of time already. All right. So you've not done anything on Plato, have you?
No.
Plato, Aristotle, and you said you started from the very first video.
Yes, I started from
PCR211.
yeah, I started from Genesis of Education to Origin of Education, and then
And I
Volume
didn't say
2.
anything about all these people.
Nah, you didn't.
Okay, that's why the Telegram class is very important. Okay, did you have anything on the types of education?
Yes.
Okay, I think I know why now. Very well, no problem, no problem. That's why Telegram class is very important. We don't teach everything on YouTube. We still
Yeah.
restrict some to the keynote and Telegram classes. So I believe from the one you have watched on the YouTube class, you've gotten something to eat this night. So just ensure to finish watching those classes.
Okay.
Let's do maybe 2 more Telegram classes on this course and we are done.
Okay.
So make sure you finish the YouTube videos. If you can finish YouTube videos before Monday or latest Monday, so we know that the classes we are having on Telegram is just to wrap things up and we move to the next one.
All right, sir. No problem.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening and bye for now, man.
You too, sir. Take care.